Do you struggle with engaging with your dog? Sometimes breeds such as Huskies, Spitz breeds, Shiba Inus, they're quite independent and aloof. So today we're going to be looking at some tips and ideas for creating that bond, getting that engagement in with them. So that's why we've got Sonic with us today. He does like a little bit of fuss, but I'm not gonna, with Labradors, usually you start cuddling them and they just fall into your arms. Whereas with Sonic, I do quite short, little, brief fusses. And I kind of take my hand away quite often just to let him have that choice to go off. So I'm using food and I'm using my body language to let him know that it's his choice to come over. When he does make that choice, he gets lots of really good things for it. And then he can go back out again. So I'm not trying to restrain him too much. Giving him a lot of choice is what helps him to make those choices himself, rather than always having to do what we're asking, because he gets a bit stroppy about that. We'd come in here and most of the time he'd just be wandering around doing his own thing. Didn't really look at me very much, didn't pay much attention to me. So I would just do my own thing as well. Quite often I'd go on my phone or I'd pretend not to be super interested in him. And then every now and then when he came into my circle, I would put a treat down, give him a little bit of verbal praise for it. And again, I'm not going to smother him with too much cuddles and affection, because it's not something that he finds particularly rewarding. Hello, Pup, good boy. Well done, Sonic. Well done, good. When he does come into my circle, I carry on having a bit of a chat with him, just to kind of keep his focus a little bit longer. Good, well done. So you can see that if you put a bit too much into the interactions with these type of breeds, typically, not every dog of this breed, but they start to lose interest. The more you kind of give to it, the more that they go, you're being a bit too clingy. They want to go do their own thing. So a nice exercise that we're doing for the recall is I'll go off into the corner and I'll just start squatting down, counting out treats. So I'm not going to look at him, I'm not going to be calling him over, I'm just going to count out treats. It's a really good way to get them going, oh actually I am going to pay attention to you and want to come join in, because we're not forcing anything, it's all up to them. We need to let them make their own mind. 1, 2, oh there we go. So now that he's learnt this exercise, you can see he's a lot more interested. He kind of comes over a bit quicker. Quite often what we would do when we first was starting to build this bond was I would come and he'd be busy over there, I'd come and hide behind the platform, just out of sight. And eventually he'd be a bit like, oh, she's gone. I might as well go check out where she is. And when he gets to me, I'm like, whoa, you got me. But again, I'm not making it super energetic. I'm not gonna go into loads of interaction, because then very quickly he was like, oh, you were too easy. It's just a bit dull then, isn't it? He got me, good boy. So every now and then when he does find me, it's a bit more of an interesting game for him. And quite often we will just take lots of breaks of just hanging out together. So I'll just sit with him, we'll have a bit of a chat. Again, I'm kind of giving him a really short sessions of fuss, and then I'm taking my hand away and we just enjoy each other's company without too much interaction. Okay?